The idea behind this is that many veteran organizations are kind of moving away from firearms and the things that they do. Well, I totally disagree with that. I'm a disabled Marine veteran myself. Look, we're veterans. You don't get veterans without guns. This is what we like to do. Okay, the shooting sports is a big part of the United States, and guess where we all get to congregate with each other? We have fun. So the Lost Brigade is exactly all about that. Coming back to good and responsible and dignified shooting range areas and introducing the warriors that have come back, that are struggling some, and be able to have that camaraderie and involve themselves in the shooting sports and shoot different types of things that they've never done.
The Lost Brigade is really a grassroots organization in the Winchester and Clark County area. I wanted to become involved in a small organization that could make a big difference in a number of lives, and not just the returning veteran, but all the people around that have been involved, all the sacrifices, not just from those that have served, but their families, their wives, their children, their parents, their brothers, and their sisters. And the Lost Brigade does an enormously effective job on a tiny budget in thanking the entire family for their sacrifices.
I'm here with Jace Asbury, and we're down here on the pistol range. Now, Jace, this is an area that you had a little bit of success last year.
Yes.
So, meaning you won this thing.
Yeah, I won last year, that's correct.
So you're out here, you got a little instruction from Jerry Mikulik.
How could you ask for anything better than that?
No, you can't.
No, you can't. No. Somebody of his caliber, we're very fortunate to have that. Very fortunate.
So, how did you find out about the Lost Brigade?
Actually, my father had told me about it. He went the first year, and I didn't go. I'm one of those vets that kind of like to stay at home and not do a lot, and he kind of convinced me to come up here, and we treated really well. We've had a good time. Everybody is really good to us, and it's a good weekend.
Great. Now, you say you're a guy that doesn't like to get out. What kind of drew you out about this kind of event?
Being around other vets, plus, being able to shoot and compete a little bit, but mainly just getting around other vets that are similar. We're all kind of similar with each other, and we've all been through the same thing, and it's nice to be around that.
One of the reasons we have this particular format, the three-gun shoot, rifles, pistols, and shotguns, is because we don't want anybody to have a specific advantage. It sort of balances out. We've got rifle shooters, we've got shotgun shooters, and pistol shooters, but generally everybody's got a weak point sport there, so it gives everybody a fair chance. They get a day to practice, to get a good number of rounds to get familiar with the weapon. They get excellent coaching, expert coaching in most cases, and so it's a sort of a level playing field at the end.
A lot of people don't quite understand how being in the military and being especially in the infantry and that puts an edge on you. And a lot of times the wives and the families at home that's a hard time on them. And so here, this not only gives the veterans a chance to be able to be with their peers and their friends, but it allows the the families and the children, and especially the wives, to be out with the other wives that have kind of been there and done that, and get that coaching from them. So this is just my favorite weekend that we do here every year. It just seems like whenever we do it, the rain comes with it.
What we have is a very successful format, because guess what? Vets love to shoot. So we had this really successful format that really attracts them here, and and we create the environment where that camaraderie is very powerful. So when we see how successful this is to them and the impact it has on them, we are happy with the small size that we've had. But at the same time, we want to be able to bring the joy of shooting sports that these veterans love to people in other areas of the country.
They discover this whole new world, and that's one of the things that's happening here. So we feel pretty good about that. A lot of the feedback that they actually share with us is that they are interested. Now they're going to ranges, now they're practicing, now they're picking up, they're going to go shoot sporting clays, they're going to go practice and trap. They find whatever discipline is that they're going to gravitate to for whatever reason, and they like it. So we're seeing a big development towards even their better gun handling skills, even their better safety issues. They're even more educated now when they leave the civilian side of the world and have that better respect, and then they carry that on and pass it on to other veterans, other people, and that's a good thing.
the shooting sports builds that camaraderie, because all military men and women have to go through precision shooting to qualify. And this is something they all have in common. They can all get together. At the end of those 2 days, you'll just be amazed to see the camaraderie develop from complete strangers, getting back into the swing of doing some things they're familiar with and enjoy themselves. And they make connections. They're going to keep staying in contact the rest of the year until they do it again the next time. And we hope to be able to build on that. So.
Here at the Lost Brigade Project, they're doing all kinds of events today, and I was fortunate enough to catch up to Darius Rose. Now, Darius, U.S. Army soldier, spent 14 months in Iraq. Darius, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, thank you.
So some of those days were better than others, obviously.
Yes, sir.
So Darius, tell us how you found out about the Lost Brigade.
Actually, I found out about the Lost Brigade through other veterans in my support group at the Vet Center. And they said, come up here and you'll have a good time and be around other veterans. I guess in my day-to-day, I don't get to be around a lot of veterans, and it's good to come up here and feel welcome, be amongst brothers. This is the highlight of my year. I told everybody I know about this program, and told my girlfriend, I just told my family, I can't wait to go back up there to the Lost Brigade program. And I just kept saying, I gotta come back, I gotta come back, I can't wait to come back, I can't wait to come back, and checking the calendar, and just, it's getting closer, it's getting closer. So I'm just extremely happy to be here amongst good people and feel the camaraderie.
The first thing we need in terms of resources is just to connect with the veterans. You know, if you are a veteran who has been wounded in combat or a service-disabled veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan, we want you to go and sign up on our forums, because a lot of the guys that are here this year, we're asking them to enlist their help and get out there and help us connect with new veterans. And we want to use the forums as kind of the incubator for that process of identifying where there's the most interest so we can make the most impact in going somewhere. And you know, we also have to identify range facilities like Peacemaker National Training Center here is amazing, and we have to find not only the veterans but where we can go to have a really well done event. And you know, the third thing is obviously the financial resources. This would have never happened if it weren't for sponsorships like with Colt. They have been huge, coming through every year for us, big time. And you know, without industry sponsorship like that, this would not work.
I'm thankful for Lost Brigade, Peacekeeper National Training Range, Cole and his team for putting this on. I'm glad to see the NRAs out here and getting the word out about what this is, and you know, just passing the word out to other guys that have been either wounded or you know, have been service, you know, injured and just been out of the military. That you know, that there's stuff that they can do out there. The ability to come back out here, get back behind the trigger, lets us know that there is other things that we can get involved in. We don't just have to sit at home. There's more life after you've been injured.
You know, when looking at the big picture, we realize that the sacrifices are really across the board, and we never do enough for our vets. You know, we will continue to try to do more, but the families have often been, you know, ignored when they have individuals serving. So it's really a weekend that is for everybody, to help build camaraderie across all levels, children to children, spouses to spouses, and vets to vets. And then we're all back together.
You know, what we're trying to do, our vision, our dream, the someday, is to really be able to have the ability to have more regional-based competitions, and what, you know, could potentially become a national string of regional matches that leads into, you know, a national championship match. And so that would really be not only the growth of shooting sports, but really a shooting sport for wounded veterans. So we're trying to put the resources in place to allow people to help us get to this location.